Welcome to The Right Stuff from Goldspot Pens, a podcast that guides you from pen noob to aficionado in less than 20 minutes. I'm your host, Tom Otto. In this episode, we wrap up 2024 with our top pens, inks, and more. Hang out until the end, and I'll give away something on my desk. 2024 is coming to a close, so we're wrapping things up with a Spotify-inspired recap of the year that was. So first, talking about the Goldspot Pens YouTube channel, which, to give you an update of where we're at right now, this year we had over 26 million views, 1 million likes, 14,000 comments, and 27,000 shares. You guys watched 338,000 hours of Goldspot Pens content. So imagine watching pen videos 24 hours a day for the next 38 and a half years. And that's how much total amount of time that you all have spent watching our content. And thank you for doing that. So last time we talked about the channel, we just reached the 100,000 milestone, which earned us the silver play button on the wall over there. We actually did it under the deadline of 2023 on December 31st. And since that point, you would think, oh, maybe we could, take our foot off the gas a little bit and rest on our laurels. But we gained 55,000 subscribers in 2024, which is over 50% growth. It's extremely unusual taking into consideration the overall landscape of social media these days, where you have to end up usually paying for ads just to get your content to be able to be seen by new people. But it's amazing. YouTube has really been a great growth spot for Goldspot. And one of the reasons why we were able to really access, I think, even a younger demographic is that we made over 140 YouTube shorts that were 1 minute and under content. And our most popular video of those shorts was How to Offend Fountain Pen Enthusiasts, with over 17 million views itself. And it's a fun video. It's fun that I love doing because it doesn't require a lot of forethought beforehand. You just kind of get a good idea together, like just a recent video of me drawing in the snow with a Leonardo Momento Magico and writing out a message was just something spontaneous that just happened because it was snowing in the morning and it got into work, and it was just that perfect right amount of snow that you actually could write something in. It's just a lot of fun just to be able to make something that will at least, bring a smile to your day. And as for the full-length videos, which is what you're watching right now, we did 29 of them, which is not necessarily like that many videos over the year, but the most viewed one that you guys looked at was the Endless Alchemy inks. So you really were interested in those neat Endless Alchemy bottles and how that whole system worked with the cork base and everything, which is it's a lot of fun. What do these numbers mean? What are we talking about them other than me bragging that the overall numbers of the Goldspot channel? It's a good indication that there's still a really good strong interest in fine writing, and that Goldspot Pens, this is what our intention is every year, is to make the enthusiasm over writing even broader and get more people back into the fold. I mean, it's not hard to get people to watch absolute brain rot on YouTube. So could we just make this a little bit more fun and interesting for for people to check out? And because it does provide a lot of great value out there. It provides so much good quality time to spend with pen and paper. So let's get more people to understand that and to check it out and to be interested in it. So I know from what it looks like also that we've done a lot of short form content to try to broaden our base, and we would love to do more longer form videos in general. But I also want y'all in the 94.5% of the non-subscribers who watch these videos to hit the subscribe button and join us, so that way I could bring more of this awesome content to you. And then other than getting more of this great, amazing pen-related content, subscribers can also expect frequent giveaways like the one we're doing on this episode here. In our last Right Stuff episode, Old Roger 3682 asked, what would be considered the surprise and what would be the disappointment of 2024? So as I go through our wrapped list of top pens and inks, I'll share some of our surprises and disappointments along the way. And we recently shared a list of top 5 pens and inks with our email newsletter subscribers. And in this video, we're giving you more, since I'm also going to include my editorial commentary on the surprises and the disappointments, as well as increase the list from 5 pens and inks to 10 each. At number 1, we have the Pelikan Souverän 800 Green Demo. That's right, we're going in typical reverse order. I know you usually expect 10 to 1, but we're doing like 1 to 10. So we're gonna talk about this 800 fountain pen right here. And the 800 is long considered to be a top-tier grail-worthy fountain pen. This particular design is a refreshing demonstrator fountain pen with a verdant green barrel and cap trimmed in elegant gold appointments. Due to an overstock, Pelikan's US distributor offered this pen design to us at a discounted price, which we then passed on to our customers, making this Pelikan even more affordable. At number 2, this is the Magna Carta Mag 650 fountain pen. Now, I consider Magna Carta 650 a surprise. 2024 has been Magna Carta's breakout year. The company has been around since 2014 and is relatively new to the Goldspot Pens website since we started to partner with Magna Carta's owner Hiren in late 2023. But this year, the 14 karat gold flex nib found on the Mag 600 and 650 became the centerpiece of their emergence in the market. Pen manufacturers often have a tough time making a proper flex nib that has a high degree of line variation, softness, and ink flow that could keep up with the flexing. The Magna Carta 14 karat gold flex nib checks all of those boxes. The Mag 650 is a collaboration model exclusive to Goldspot pens. It has several design elements that sets it apart from the cylindrical Mag 600, notably the slight taper of the cap end and the barrel end, the inclusion of the cap band that's a split cap band, and the tension fixed clip that is at the top of the cap. And of course, the model designs also come in a variety of different colors, which feature the stacked acrylic style that's become the calling card of either the Mag 600, 650, or even the Mag 1000, is that Magna Carta makes these stacked resins in-house in India. And you could look forward to our restock of the amber, the cyanic. This is the Midnight Blaze, which is a late 2024 special edition, of which we only have a few pieces of left, and that one is not going to be restocked, but there will be other special editions in store in 2025. Inspired by the supernatural horror of H.P. Lovecraft's iconic tentacled monster, the Sailor 1911 Call of Cthulhu is a dark, mysterious fountain pen that must have had the same mind control powers as the mythological ancient creature, because this pen convinced so many people to buy it. The Cthulhu's design features an opaque cap and barrel body with contrasting translucent, or transparent, I guess it's light enough, grip section and cap finial and barrel finial that also have a slight hint of sparkle to it to reflect like ocean. The bubbles coming up from the bottom of the ocean is where the Cthulhu had remained dormant for so long. And to kind of match its dark, mysterious demeanor, the 1911 has black ion-plated clip and metal trims, and also the black ion-plated 21 karat gold nib. So there's a few pens on this list of which there are none, not even in the Goldspot Pens office. There's the Leonardo Momento Magico Bella di Notte, which is a collaboration, combined the beautiful Trickster resin from Stormwind's pen blanks and Leonardo's expert Italian artisanship in crafting a beautiful piston-filling fountain pen with rose gold trim. And at number 5, we have the Benu Euphoria Phoenix Rising. Now, as we discussed in the last Right Stuff episode about how our pen exclusives are made, Benu knocked this pen design out of the park on the first try. Phoenix Rising is a hand-painted pen limited to 125 numbered pieces. Despite its high $280 price point, this pen was a surprise sellout. At number 6, unlike the Phoenix Rising, we're keeping the bubbly flowing with the Benu Euphoria Pink Champagne Fountain Pen. This effervescent pen design was a popular pick with our pen pals. It's a spirited pen with an intoxicating, shimmering resin that only Benu can dream up. At number 7, we have the Kaweco Sport in Royal Amethyst. Now, the Kaweco Sport is one of the pen community's favorite pens under $50. It has a simple, pocket-friendly design, is lightweight, and comes in a wide array of colors, including the Goldspot exclusive design Royal Amethyst that we launched back in early 2024. For this design, we applied the same Pantone color and concept as the Sailor 1911 Royal Amethyst that we produced in 2019. The result was a stunner of a purple pen, elegantly trimmed in gold. Now, what was disappointing about this release was that Kaweco decided to cease retailer exclusive projects for 2024, so we couldn't obtain more of the Royal Amethyst to satisfy the demand. Nor could we have a chance to create a new colorful design with Kaweco this year. This year, our pen pals went trick-or-treating with the Retro 51 Tornado Baroque Rollerball pen. This limited edition of 1,031 pieces was a complete blind draw. That means it was kind of like walking up to someone's house on Halloween, knocking on the door, and waiting for whatever amazing treat that they had to give you. And for us, Tracy Marcioli, who is the designer of this pen, was the one giving us the treat because she designed this Damask-style scary pattern that's wrapped around the Tornado barrel. And usually she would offer these digital pen mock-ups in several different color styles and would say, hey, why don't you pick amongst these different color styles, and that could be the one that we produce. But instead of just picking one, we were like, we like all of them, so we'd like to do all of them. So we worked out with Retro 51 a similar design and approach to this release as they did the popular Dino Smash popper from last year. So what that would mean is that when you buy one of these Baroque pens, it would come in the same box and it could be any of these three colors, with the orange one being the most popular or the most quantity that was produced. So it would be a 50% chance of receiving the Great Pumpkin Orange, and then you would have a 30% chance of the Paranormal Purple, and then a 20% chance of the Poison Apple Green, which is the one that glows in the dark, similar to how Dino Smash, the most rarest one, would be the one that glowed in the dark. And at number 9 on our list, we have another Kaweco. It's the Kaweco Collector Sport Iridescent Pearl. This popular Kaweco collector sport is one that actually found a way into my collection. This was released back in 2022, and it has finally ended its long reign as like one of the most successful Kaweco sport pens in recent memory. Pretty easy to see why, is that this is such a distinct design of this resin. It's iridescent, so it catches the light in all sorts of ways that shows multiple different colors depending on how the light is hitting it. So you would see different cool blues, purple, a little bit of pink. And overall, I mean, it does kind of look like a white or silver pen, but it just depends on what kind of light that it's in and what kind of environment, what other things are reflecting on it. And it has such a really awesome dynamic quality about this translucent resin that it is just always such a very interesting pen and always stands out even when I'm like looking at it with other pens that are so much more expensive. This resin really does punch high above its weight and offers something that I think it's hard to find a pen that's this interesting looking at like the $30 price mark. And that's what Kaweco was able to achieve with this sport fountain pen. And at number 10, we have the Narwhal Original Plus in Rainbow Wrasse. So speaking of colorful, this collaboration from Narwhal is one of our favorites from this year. It's also highly disappointing that we couldn't get more of this pen after it sold out. The Rainbow Wrasse combines a clear, shimmering resin with rainbow-colored metal trims and a stainless steel nib. While this isn't the first time that a pen company has made a rainbow trim pen, this is the first time that you can find one that has a shimmering barrel and a vacuum filling system. And last, to give you a bonus number 11 on this list, the Lamy 2000 Pine, it gets an honorable mention. I have to mention it because it was an incredible design that it only was made in such a small quantity, and it completely sold out within a few days once Goldspot got the pens in. At that same rate, it's not a surprise. I think it's more of a disappointment because so few of them were made and they had gone so quickly that we had just had too few for all of our pen pals. So that I kind of feel, because we knew that it was going to be such a crazy limited edition that everybody was going to want, that's a little bit more of a disappointment that Lamy couldn't make more, or that they couldn't give us more to be able to then satisfy our customers. So before we talk about our top inks, I would like to actually give a shout out to our most popular accessory this year, which is the Kaweco Sport clip, particularly in the gold finish. This clip is removable. It's been on here for a while. There we go. So it is removable. So the Kaweco Sport normally does not come with a clip unless you get the Art Sport, or I think you'll also the Piston Sport. But for a standard sport like this collection sport fountain pen, you could get the clip separately, which I did, and slide it on the cap, so that way you could be able to attach it to your pocket, pen loop, what have you. But it's one of our most popular items that people add to cart, I guess, as well as their Kaweco Sport pens. Now for the top inks of 2024, starting at number 1, we have the ink that goes along with the Sailor 1911 Call of Cthulhu fountain pen by the same name. We commissioned Wearingeul to brew a matching fountain pen ink using the exact Pantone color for the body of the Cthulhu fountain pen. And we were pleasantly surprised by just how much people loved this color ink. It's a dark teal with a reddish sheen. Second on our list is a classic everyday bestseller. It is one of the OG shimmer inks that kicked off the shimmer craze in the pen industry. So I'm talking about Jacques Herbin Emerald of Chivor. It's an anniversary ink that, like the Cthulhu pen, the Cthulhu ink, Chivor has got a dark teal color that's also super saturated with a vibrant red sheen and gold shimmer. At number 3, we have Platinum Chukuro, which, when a standard black ink isn't black enough, many pen enthusiasts went to the darker side with this ink. This is the blackest of the black. It's actually called Blackest Black. It's a waterproof fountain pen ink that you could use for illustrating or for writing secure documents that you don't want to get messed with when it comes to water getting on there. At number 4, Lamy Dark Lilac 2024 edition. Although this ink ranks 4th highest among our customers, I feel it's a disappointment because it isn't the same dark lilac that writers fell in love with back in 2016. Although it's still good, it still has a really great amount of sheen, it's just not the right color of sheen. And it's just not the exact right color of aubergine purple either. But people still love it regardless because it's still dark lilac and it's a very nice ink on its own, but it's not the same. At number 5, I have Diamine Writer's Blood. So a strange thing I noticed is that red pens and red inks tend not to be very popular with pen enthusiasts unless they are a darker red that has a blood-related name or theme. Take Diamine Writer's Blood, an ink selected by the fountain pen subreddit community. It replaced Oxblood as the best-selling Diamine ink. At number 6, we have Platinum's Carbon Black. Now, when it comes to waterproof black inks, Platinum's Carbon Black is one of our top recommendations. Although it's not as dark as Chukuro, it is still a solid pigmented ink that's significantly less expensive than the Blackest Black, making it an appealing option for artists and starting pen users. At number 7, we have Pelikan Edelstein Golden Lapis, which is the 2024 Edelstein Ink of the Year, and it's an impressive bright blue with golden shimmer. At number 8, Pilot Iroshizuku Yamabudo, a perennial bestseller. This Yamabudo is a delightful, vibrant pinkish purple magenta ink that sheens. At number 9, Wearingeul Dracula. See, it's another red ink with a blood-related theme. Dracula was one of the best inks of the year last year, and it lives on in 2024 as one of our strongest inks. And to round out the top 10, we have Sailor Manyo Fuji. Now, Sailor makes a lot of fountain pen inks. One of the color styles they do exceptionally well is dual shading. Fuji is a gorgeous purple shading ink that also has tones of light blue and green. So that wraps up our list, and congrats go to Old Roger 3682 for being picked as the question of the week. You've won an Opus 88 Mini Fall Leaves fountain pen prototype that I mentioned in the previous episode. Email me at tom@goldspot.com to claim your prize. For this week's giveaway, I want to go with something a little extra special and offer the Narwhal Original Plus Rainbow Rasp fountain pen that you saw in this video. This is one that does not come with the box. It is a kind of a prototype, although it's a full finished model, but this was one of the advanced samples that we received, and it's one of the very few that still remain anywhere, so this is a pretty cool pen to be able to win as a giveaway, and I want to offer it up as giveaway for this video. So to enter for a chance to win this rare pen, you must be subscribed to the Goldspot Pens channel, like this video, and leave a comment with something you'd like to see more of. at the Goldspot Pen store or on our YouTube channel in 2025. Don't hold back. I can take the criticism. If you'd like to see me write with the pens mentioned in this week's episode, you could check out Goldspot Pen's YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks for writing samples. Thank you for checking out this week's episode of the Write Stuff podcast by Goldspot Pens. Now, go out there, put your pen to paper, and write stuff. Until next time, stay inky, my friends. Take care.